Healthy soil isn't built in a day, it's built by workers, millions of them. Earthworms are the quiet, tireless labor force that aerate, fertilize, and transform dead organic material into living soil structure. Their castings improve nutrient retention, balance pH, increase microbial diversity, and boost moisture holding capacity. More worms mean more fertility, and more fertility means stronger, healthier plants with higher yields. But what if you could grow your own worm population instead of buying expensive starter colonies? What if you could lure them into your garden naturally using herbs, roots, ground covers, and simple plant-based attractants? That's the concept behind the DIY Worm Factory. A patch of your garden intentionally designed to draw in, feed, shelter, and multiply earthworms year after year. The best part? It's cheap, organic, low effort, and works in any climate. Worms are drawn to three things: moisture, organic matter, and decomposition. Herbs, and particularly their leaves, roots, and aromatic oils, break down into compounds that worms love. Many herbs produce soft nitrogen-rich foliage that decomposes quickly, providing fast food for detritivores. Others exude root compounds that stimulate microbial growth in the soil, which in turn attracts worms, since worms feed on microbe-infused organic matter. Some plants even create what we call a microclimate blanket, keeping the soil cool and damp, just perfect for earthworms to thrive. By combining these effects, a herb-driven worm attractant patch becomes, well, a living magnet for earthworms. First up is comfrey, with Bocking 14 being the preferred variety. Comfrey is really a worm superfood. Its leaves are packed full of nitrogen, silica, potassium, and calcium. When you chop and drop those leaves onto the soil, they get soft in about 48 hours and start breaking down fast. Ideal worm fodder, honestly. Worms just swarm underneath comfrey mulch. Mint, of any variety, spreads pretty rapidly and forms a dense, moisture-locking mat over the soil. Its fragrant oils, well, they fade quickly after cutting, but as they decompose, they really get microbial activity going. You'll want to plant mint in a contained bed, or maybe a bottomless pot, since worms just love living underneath it. Chamomile, when used as a mulch, its leaves and flowers encourage fungal growth. Now that's an important food source for worms. It also helps improve soil structure and keeps things gently moist. Basil's fresh stems and leaves, yeah, they soften up pretty quickly after you cut them. If you bury basil trimmings in shallow trenches, you end up creating these worm-attracting snack zones. Yarrow leaves contain natural growth stimulants and, they break down pretty quickly, encouraging bacteria and fungi that worms feed on. Stinging nettles, once wilted or chopped, offer nutrient-rich biomass that worms just find irresistible. Like mint, lemon balm provides a cooling canopy over the soil. Worms tend to congregate in the damp zone beneath it. You don't need bins, trays, or store-bought worm colonies. Instead, you're building an in-ground worm habitat that draws in the native species already living in your soil. Step 1. Choose the right location. A semi-shaded area works best. Too much sun dries out your worm patch, and too much shade slows decomposition. Step 2. Create a soft soil bed. Alright now, loosen the top 10 to 15 centimeters of soil with a fork. Don't till too deeply. Worms really do prefer soil that's left mostly undisturbed. Step 3. Build the herbal starter layer. Add a mix of chopped comfrey leaves, mint or lemon balm, wilted nettle greens, and yarrow or chamomile. You'll want to aim for a 5 to 10 centimeter layer here. After that, just water it lightly. Step 4. Add brown material. Top the herbs with unendime, sepatsaburensantavai. Alright, so you'll want to use shredded leaves, dried grass clippings, straw, and, even shredded cardboard. This keeps the herb layer from going all slimy and, helps regulate moisture, basically creating a balanced compost-like environment. Step 5 is to add a soil cap. Just sprinkle about 1 to 2 centimeters of soil or finished compost right over the pile. This brings in microbes and, well, keeps any smells down, making the worms feel safe. Step 6 is to maintain the buffet. Every 2 to 3 weeks, you'll want to refresh the top with herb trimmings, spent flower heads, kitchen scraps. Just make sure to bury those deeply, and some chopped weeds. Think of this like, restocking the pantry for your worms. Alright, so here's a simple attractant you can make, called worm tea spray. Just to be clear, it's not compost tea. All you gotta do is soak some comfrey and mint in a bucket of water for about 7 to 10 days. After that, dilute it at a ratio of 1 to 10 and then, well, just pour it around your worm patch. This liquid encourages microbes that worms seek out. Herbal worm bombs are small packets of worm food buried around the garden. Just mix chopped comfrey, nettles, basil stems, and shredded leaves, then wrap it all loosely in a big leaf or even some paper. Bury these about 5 to 10 centimeters deep. Worms quickly gather around these little micro-feeding zones. A well-built worm factory shows signs pretty quickly. The soil becomes darker and looser, worm castings appear on the surface, moisture retention improves, plant roots grow deeper, and you'll notice more birds visiting, which is a sure sign of worm activity. By the 3-month mark, worm populations often double or even triple in and around the patch. A DIY herbal worm factory is honestly one of the easiest and most regenerative techniques for turning poor soil into fertile, living earth. With nothing more than herb clippings, leaf mulch, and just a bit of moisture management, you create a long-term habitat where worms can multiply naturally. And once they do, they'll spread that fertility throughout your entire garden. No bins, no purchases, no maintenance-heavy systems needed. If you want stronger plants, healthier soil, and a garden that practically runs itself, start by attracting the workers. Grow the herbs, build the habitat, feed the system, and the worms will come.